Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video, my first recording of 2022, and as you might notice things look just a little bit different, which I will cover at the end of the video. But on to today's video. So today's going to be something a little bit short, but hopefully quite fun to you all. Now, back in 2021, Sega had the 30th anniversary of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. That's right, Sega's blue mascot debuted in 1991 on the Sega Mega Drive, or the Genesis if you are American, and since then it's grown to include a vast array of other video games, including crossovers with other titles, as well as comic books, animated series, toys, and more recently the movies. For me personally, Sonic's always been a franchise that I've kind of grown up with and known and loved. When I was younger, I was introduced to Sonic when I lived abroad. I played the first one round my parents' friend's place. When I came back to the UK, a friend of mine had a Mega Drive, so I played Sonic extensively around there. I never had a Mega Drive of my own until much later on in my life, but Sonic was always one of those constants that I absolutely adored. I collected the Sonic the Comic, which was a UK publication, which there's still quite a bit of a big fan base for out there, I believe, and it was just such a really good comic. I taught myself kind of how to draw by mimicking stuff in that. So yeah, it's something that's always meant quite a lot to me. So that brings us to the subject of today's video. So this is what we're going to look at today. Now we get this right, the giant Eggman Robot battle set. Now this is part of the aforementioned 30th anniversary celebration, in which Sega have released a whole new line of merchandise and toys to fit in. With that, they announced a new game, Sonic Frontiers, which was supposedly meant to be released back in 2021, but has been pushed back to 2022. They've got a new animated series on the way, and of course part of the celebration will be the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie coming out in cinemas shortly. But I want to focus on this, which is something that as soon as I saw it, I thought, I have to get that. Now, as I mentioned just before, Sonic has been a franchise that's stuck with me for so long, and I have really fond memories in particular of playing Sonic 2. It's probably one of my all-time favourite comfort games. It's definitely in my top 5 of all-time games, and this particular set mimics the very final boss of that game, in which you have to fight a giant Eggman robot, very much like this. You have to hit it 12 times, and then it'll finally die. Quite funny story about that is, in order to capture the footage you'll see in this video for that, I did actually go through that boss fight yesterday, and I managed to do something in the first half of it when you fight Silver Sonic. I managed to soft lock the game, because I beat it at an awkward moment too quickly, which I've never done before, which was quite funny but frustrating. But yeah, I saw this announced, I thought I really have to get this. It came out and I had either forgotten about it or didn't really have the money for it, but I didn't really think about it too much, and then my partner got me it for Christmas, which I was very, very happy about because I absolutely love it. It's such a fantastic little toy, and I know I've never really featured toys on here, but I thought, this is a general nerdy channel, I really wanted to show this off. So what this is you have your giant Eggman robot, which, we've got him here, and you also have a catapult with a rubber Sonic in there. And the idea is that you have to use the catapult to fling Sonic into this 3 times. So if I just tap it, you'll see that a crack appears on there. If I tap it again, the crack gets bigger. Now if I tap it a 3rd time, which I'm not going to do because I'm holding him precariously up in the air, all of these sort of limbs will come off of him and he'll spill the ground, as you'll see right now. So it's really, really good fun. It's really, really funny to use. But that's not all with it. There's also a cool little action feature with it, which, you'll see right now. Boop. And he's got one on this arm as well. And I'm not bending down to pick that up again. And yeah, you've got some kind of basic articulation here as well. Just kind of, up and down a little bit. I can't actually do that because it's awkwardly paused. Let me see if I can get on that. So the articulation there. The only disappointing thing is that there's not there's some degree of articulation in the legs, but the whole point of this is that you'll have to stand him up, so getting that articulation working and having him still stand doesn't really work that well. It also feels quite stiff, as if it's going to break, which sometimes is a problem I have when it comes to the model kits I do, that bending there. You can also move his head a little bit back and forth. But it's a really lovely, well-made, solid plastic model. On the back as well, you have these rocket packs, which you can just slide in and out. Which makes it a lot of fun. I don't have the original packaging for this. I was actually going to show it off in the original packaging, but as many of you probably know, once you get these things out of the packaging, you can never get them back in. So, you know, to hell with that. It was just frustrating. Play from that, absolutely lovely, great fun to use. There are a few issues I would mention in that actually hitting him with the thing, it's not the easiest thing in the world. I imagine this is aimed at like that whole range of ages, you know, from young kids, because it is essentially a toy. You know, I never want to forget that sort of thing. I don't know how frustrating it might be to a younger child. I know both me and my partner, we both certainly had our issues in lining up the catapult and managing to hit him. That might just be because we're a bit older and rubbish. That is very likely. Other issues, the aforementioned articulation in the leg being quite stiff is a little bit weird. Sometimes I do find these additional parts will come off a bit too easily. You know, sometimes, you know, you have to really click it into place and it can just pop out quite easily. I guess because the whole purpose of this is for it to just fall apart when you hit it that third time, it does need to be quite easy to come apart. The other thing I was maybe expecting was for the rocket boosters to come off when you defeat it, but these are on and they're on pretty solid. I can't actually get these back off again, which, you know, isn't too big a problem. But it does create quite a cool effect that when it does fall over, it does like a nice little roll backwards. But this is absolutely lovely. Really am a big fan of it. And as you can probably see from the footage I've interspersed, it's great fun to use and it looks fantastic when it breaks. So with that said, just wanted to say thank you to everyone for taking time to watch this video, as well as anyone who's taken the time to sub to the channel and watch any videos over the last year. It's been a hell of a lot of fun making these videos over the last year. I know there's been a mishmash of stuff from like Evangelion related content to DVD unboxings, looking at some collector's editions of games or, you know, my enterprise build. But I've really enjoyed making that content. I don't really expect it to sort of change. This channel's always going to be just general nerdy stuff that catches my eye that hopefully might inspire you to check out these things as well. So some of the things coming to the channel over the next year, I just kind of wanted to address that quickly. For one, you'll probably notice that I'm appearing in front of the camera and I'm actually sat down, which kind of goes against my expectations. I wanted to appear in front of the camera a bit more, but I always thought I'd be sort of standing up so I could move around and gesticulate a bit more with a giant Robotnik robot. Oh, and there he goes. That's the piece breaking off, as I thought it might. So part of that is because of this thing behind me. I bought a green screen at the start of the year because it's something that always intrigued me. I've always kind of wanted to play around with one, both for videos and also, as some of you may know, I am a cosplayer, so my girlfriend is as well, and we wanted to try and do something a bit interesting for our cosplayers, especially because we've been stuck in our flat for the past 2 years, being unable to go out and actually do anything with our cosplay. We thought getting a green screen might make things a little bit interesting, and also with me doing the videos, it might help with that. Things with the channel aren't going to change too much. It's still going to be that mishmash of stuff, general unboxings, looking at nerdy things like we just have in this one, the Enterprise build. Something I'm keen to do going forward, you will have seen with the Dino Crisis video, this games I've wanted to play feature. It's something I'm really passionate about doing, so I hope people do give that a chance and check it out. I really enjoyed making a Dino Crisis video. It was a lot of fun. Go check that out if you haven't already. Leave a comment. You'll hopefully see more of that going forward. I've got a long list of games I do want to play. That'll be covered there. But this is just kind of a general, you know, thank you to everyone who's supported so far and everyone who will going forward. Everything is super appreciated, the likes, the comments, the subs. When I started this over a year ago, I had no expectations for it. I thought I'd struggle to hit 100 subs. We're at about 365 right now, which is incredible. You know, the views are sort of creeping up every sort of time I release a video, which is nice to see. So just, thank you to everyone, and, please don't hesitate to leave the comments and share the videos around to anyone who might be interested. But I do think I've rambled too much there, so once again, I'll say thank you very much for checking out the video. Check out the others on the channel, especially that Dino Crisis one, because that's something I'm really passionate about. And I hope to see you again in a future video. Goodbye.